This is Arts Alive. I'm Lynda Philippi. My guests today are Zack Hixson and Elaine Walzl. They're two artists who will be on the Art Harvest Studio Tour the first 2 weekends in October. So welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
And I have to say, Elaine, you know that for at least 5 years I've been trying to get you to do this show. So I feel pretty pleased that you agreed. And Zack, I am really thrilled that I guess the first time out you said yes.
Just like that.
You know, that's that skews the curve for me, and I like that. I feel successful.
Easy sale. I'm an easy sale. Yeah.
Okay, well, why don't we start with you, Elaine, and you can talk a little bit about what you do, pottery, obviously, and maybe a little bit about yourself.
Okay. As I was just telling you before, I'm originally from Massachusetts, and I have a degree in nursing. And after working as a nurse for a few years, I found that it was too hard on me. And the first time that I had free time and I got my hands into clay, I knew that clay was the right medium for me. I love the plasticity. I love that you don't have to have planned it all out ahead of time. You just start on something, and as you get into it, it just happens. I never really know exactly what I'm going to be making. I just I look at it and say, oh, this should have this, or oh, this should have this. Let me take one of these pieces, for instance.
Okay.
Okay. As I was making this piece here, and I had no idea what colors I was doing in it, I was just shaping it, and the ripples just sort of felt like they should be there. And so I put them there, and after I put this glaze on it, and I said, that looks like the Oregon coast. I mean, I'm going to call that sea mist. And look it's even got waves.
I think it's beautiful, completely beautiful.
But I didn't know I was going to be doing that before I started. And some of the other art forms I tried, you have to plan it all out ahead of time. You can't be that spontaneous. And I just love that I can be so spontaneous with clay. So sometimes I hand build, and sometimes I wheel throw, and sometimes I combine the two. Now, these are kind of combinations of the two. This one's strictly wheel thrown.
The teapot.
The teapot.
And it's a working teapot.
Oh yes, all of my pieces are totally functional. Okay. I mean, my whole reason for doing it is for them to be functional. I want people to be able to hold it and to feel the textures and the different feeling, the glazes. Some of them are soft and silky, and some of them are velvety, and so on. I really enjoy that part about it. But I didn't know how this teapot was going to look before I started. And as I was doing it, I thought, oh, I want that to have a little tiny little spout.
It's
a little
really cute.
Cute little spout. And then after I put the spout on, then I thought, feet. It's got to have cute little feet. And it's got to have some movement in it, because I like a lot of movement in the pieces. And so I sculpted into the clay to make more movement.
I love it. It does. It looks sort of Disney-like in that it could almost come alive. Like sort of like an animal of some sort.
Yeah.
You don't quite know.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
And all of my colors kind of relate to Oregon. I see the different, that being the coast, and this being the sun-baked kind of more desert-like. And these colors here are lush. I call these colors, this is the Willamette Valley as
Very
far as I'm
rich,
concerned. Very rich, very, like you can tell there's enough moisture, there's enough foliage, there's enough everything. Sometimes a little bit too much, but yeah. And I'm spraying the glazes on and overlapping them, and as they fire in the kiln, they blend together and make these wonderful textures. If you see some of the textures in here, that's always a surprise, and I can't be sure exactly what I'm going to get. But This is a piece that's meant to hang on the wall.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep. Or to be used. I mean, it can be, where's my hanger?
Where's the little hootsie?
Where's the little, oh, well, whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, to hang on the wall and then take it down whenever you want to use it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Elaine, you said that you're showing with another artist?
Yes, I have Blythe Eastman and her Pit-Fired Animals.
Okay,
And Lynda Workman-Morelli and her Pit-Fired Vessels. And the three of us, we thought that, we're going to be the clay corner.
I love it. Okay. That's great. That is really wonderful. Okay, and you're in Lafayette.
And yes, my studio's in Lafayette.
Okay, well, Zach, let's talk about you a little. And it's interesting because when you walked in today, I thought, wow, all this goes together so well.
We
know.
planned this out.
Yeah,
Years in advance.
Or
It's amazing
if
how
somebody was trying to furnish an apartment right now, we could help them out today.
We could help
the
them out.
colors.
Everything
Nice.
is, yes, it's lovely.
This
So,
one
so
mirrors.
you've been here a couple of years, you said, in this
Been
area?
here a couple years.
Okay.
Not very long. Definitely inspired by the landscape here, though. It's beautiful. I'm an oil painter and have been full-time probably now for close to 10 years.
Wow, okay.
So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Some days exciting. Also do some jewelry as well, but mostly a painter for the most part.
Will you have any jewelry on the tour?
I should have some jewelry on the tour.
Okay.
Yep.
And you're a McMinnville artist?
Correct. Yeah.
And you're showing with?
Kim Hamblin.
Okay.
Who's
Okay.
fantastic also.
And you said this is your second year on the tour?
Second year on the tour. First year was a success. It was great. I had no
Good.
idea what to anticipate. I just fell into it as far as I met another artist just out to eat, and he had suggested the tour and looked into it, and I applied, and it panned out. It was nice. I had no idea where to start here in town, being new to town, and so it's nice to kind of gain some exposure, and here I am, round two. Yeah.
So what brought you to McMinnville?
I just kind of, my girlfriend and I, we got accustomed to small town lifestyle, and we were living in Portland, between Portland and Washington. I was working at a job painting murals at this guy's property for 2 years or something
wow,
like that.
okay.
And he lived in a real rural area, and we just kind of got accustomed to not seeing a bunch of people all the time, And so this was kind of a nice,
Perfect.
a happy medium, close enough to the city and still feeling,
And a wonderful haven for artists.
it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is great. That's another great thing about being on the tour is it's enabled
Meeting.
me to meet so many people. Yeah, which is fantastic. It's been a lot of fun that way for sure.
I know that you were talking about some different kind of events where you can come together as artists, and I've heard it in years past from different artists that they say, "Oh gosh, if I do the tour, if I'm on the tour, then I can't go see the other artists," and that's always one of those things. So it's nice to have the opportunity to be able to sort of see
Yeah.
each other's work and get to know each other as
Exactly.
people,
Yeah.
and support too, for what you do, even if it's not the same medium, because that kind of doesn't really matter as much.
No,
Is
I
that
agree.
your head's in the same place, kind of.
Yeah, I think, as we go along, it kind of seems like that we want to create more of an opportunity for other artists and for us to hang out together and kind of just be more of a support group, hopefully. I mean, that's my hopes for
Yes,
it,
That's great.
Yes, I think this is the first year that we're kind of actually working to make that happen. The reception at the Horseradish in Carlton was a wonderful opportunity to talk with some of the other artists. Everyone has always felt that was the one drawback, that when you were
Right.
on the tour, you didn't get to go to the tour and see it. So, yeah.
But, I mean, that's something, if we chose to work towards it, we could probably give people a call, I imagine, and go and see their place also. So maybe we'll do a tour outside. We'll do a roundabout
Yeah.
outside of the tour.
Okay, so we need to talk about this, that First Friday in Newburgh is when the artists, a representative work from each artist on the tour will be at the Chehalem Cultural Center.
Yes.
So that is the first Friday, which is the 3rd.
Fourth, I think.
4th.
October 4th.
Opening
Oh.
day of the tour.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then where the buttons are $7. Oh, so we can't say the money. The buttons are available for a very low fee, and the
Yes.
button that you purchase gets you into all 6 days of the tour.
Right.
And
Yeah.
the pre-sales are happening at Currents Gallery and Pacific Frame and Gallery here in McMinnville, and then at the Chehalem Cultural Center and Kuzik's Gallery in
Yes.
Newburgh.
Correct.
Do I have that right?
Yep.
You did
Perfect. Good. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's kind of the nuts and bolts of it. So this is the 21st year, am I right?
21st year?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really sort of hard to think that it's been that long.
Right.
Well, this was
Yeah.
one of the original studio tours, I think.
And how small it was those first couple years. I mean, really, and
How dedicated the people were to
Oh,
get
my
it
heavens,
going.
of
I mean,
course.
to do all of the things that they had to do. It's kind of easier to, I mean, not that it's easy, because there's a lot to do, but it's easier when it's been done before. The first time had to have
Exactly.
been. They were dedicated.
yeah, you don't have to
Yeah.
reinvent the wheel
That's
now.
right,
You
that's
kind of
right.
have the template
That's
for
right.
what works and how to do it. And
Sure, like we know we're going to sell the buttons, and we know where to get them made. We know, how to do the everything.
Knowing
Right.
what
Yeah.
not to do seems to
what
be
not to do.
a helpful thing to know as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is it still a situation where the artists each commit to a piece of making it happen, such as going out and putting up signs?
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that,
Yeah. I mean, we're doing it, with a limited amount of money, so we don't hire people to do anything. We do all of those jobs.
So there are certain committees that people
Yeah.
sign up for, and
Yeah.
whether it's distributing.
Use
or,
their skills.
Yeah.
So, Zach, what you have here, I completely love, and this is kind of representative of what people will see in your studio when they come.
Should be. Yeah. I think I should stay on the same page until studio
Until
happens.
you're finished.
Yeah.
Will you be doing work? Will you be working on a painting when we come to see you, or?
I hope not. I hope to
Okay.
just be able to be there and be up and ready. And I mean, sometimes that is nice. And then I have heard that people do enjoy coming and seeing like works in progress. And chances are some paintings may not be finished, but like at that point, it's just kind of, I like to have it up and kind of just
And
be-
not have to be the working artist, just
yeah,
kind of
and
be able
just
to
be
kick back
just
guy.
be present. And to be honest with you, my first year, I didn't have the opportunity to be able or the time to paint during the tour, just because having it just be me there, and
That's
and
right.
so that took all of
right.
my attention for sure. Yeah,
Okay,
but
yeah. So I was thinking maybe smock and beret with palette, sort
That's
of
it.
artsy, the quintessential.
growing the mustache out now
You don't have much time.
and working on the accent, so it'll be good. I think it'll be fantastic.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. And so once again, we'll just say the first 2 weekends in October, and the buttons are available. And then once the tour begins, people can purchase the buttons at any artist.
Oh, they don't have to purchase them in advance. The first studio they go to, they can purchase them there.
Right. That's what I thought. So that's okay.
Yeah,
Good.
and pick up the catalogs. They give the directions to go to everybody,
And it's all on the website.
and it's all on the website.
So it's artharveststudiotour.org. Well, I want to thank you both for being here today. It's been fabulous to see you, meet you, talk to you, and best wishes.
Thank you much.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.